Who am I? It's a question, if you haven't asked yet, you probably will at some point in your life. It's a question humanity has been wrestling with since the beginning of time, wondering, waiting, wishing for a sign or a message or direction that would tell us exactly who we are. It's a question a guy named Moses asked once too. One day, God calls to Moses from a burning bush. Moses, Moses, here I am. Moses at this point has to be startled at best, terrified at worst, wondering, who am I speaking to? What in the world am I seeing right now? Is this a dream? Is this real? And before he can answer, the voice calls again, don't come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place you are standing on is holy ground. Moses takes off his sandals and he enters into the most important conversation of his entire life. God tells Moses, Moses, your people, the Israelites, they're hurting, they're starving, they're dying, and I have heard their cries, I've heard their pleas, and I'm going to rescue them, and I'm going to use you, Moses. I'm sending you. At this point, Moses has no idea what to think, and that's when the question arises. God, who am I? How many times have you found yourself asking the very same question? Wondering if it was all a mistake, wondering if God didn't know what he was doing with you, desperately searching for answers. God, who am I? And I love God's response. See, in that moment when Moses desperately needed to know, in that moment when you're begging, pleading with God to show up, God says, who are you? You are mine. But God, that doesn't help. I need to know who I am. Moses is desperate at this point. God, hypothetically speaking, suppose I go to the Israelites and I say to them, God has sent me. That's not good enough, God. I need to know who I am to be able to do this. At the very least, I need to know who you are if you really want me to do this. God says, I am who I am. I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. This is my name forever, and it shall be called upon from generation to generation. There's the answer. Who are we? We are God's child. Who is God? He is the maker of the heavens and the earth. He is I am. He is everything. And we belong to him. Oh, but for so many of us, that's not good enough. And it wasn't for Moses either. So Moses comes back at God and he says, I understand who you are, but I still don't understand who I am. God, I'm not a leader. God, I can't speak eloquently. God, I'm not good enough. Excuse after excuse. How often do we do the very same thing? We come at God with a laundry list of excuses and explain to him that he's got it all wrong, that he can't possibly use us. But our God is not a God of excuses. He comes right back declaring, who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say. In that moment, Moses has a choice. In that moment, we have a choice. We have to choose. Will we lean into faith or succumb to fear? Because the path for trailblazers to pave is reserved for those willing to walk faithfully through the fire, knowing that their identity is secure in Christ and in Christ alone. See, trailblazers choose faith over fear. Every time, in every situation. Despite your flaws, despite your mistakes, despite your apprehensions and fears, God chooses you. Now, choose yourself. Be who God has called you to be. Lead the way. Blaze the trail.
Hey there, thanks so much for checking out our YouTube channel. You're still here, so why not stay a while? Go ahead and drop a like and click that red button so you can enjoy some fresh new Northview Students content every single week. You don't want to miss a thing. We promise that you're going to be challenged, encouraged, and most importantly, inspired. So what are you waiting on, fam? Join us.